Hello again, and welcome to yet another segment of Behind the Scenes with the Lafayette Master Chorale and Children's Choir. Today I am here with Rahul Durai, a member of the Lafayette Children's Choir, and his mother, Malati Raghavan. Welcome.
Thank you.
And for those of you, here's a little fun fact. You may be familiar with Rahul's father, Melvin Durai. What was it, maybe 15, 18 years ago?
12 to 14 years
Okay.
ago. Yeah.
He used to do a humor essay every Friday afternoon on WBAA. I remember listening to those as I was picking up my children from Montessori school. So that's kind of a fun little connection for those of you who have been in Lafayette for a while. So anyway, welcome. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
So Rahul is the youngest of your three children. You are a current member of the Lafayette Children's Choir, but I believe your whole family has been involved, all your children.
Yes. So we moved into the area again in 2016. We left in 2005 and came back after 11 years, so 2016. And at that time, we were looking for a children's choir because we were living in Illinois, and they went to Palatine Children's Choir, and so we knew we wanted them to be involved in the children's choir. So looked around, and there was one, Lafayette Children's Choir, and one of my colleagues had also recommended it, and so that's how. So all three were in the choir the first year, and then my older daughter wanted to do dance, and so she was there only for a year.
So, the West Lafayette, your kids go to the West Lafayette Public Schools, and they have music instruction in the schools. What is it about the children's choir that drew you in? What does it offer in addition to what you get in school?
I love that they were in music in school also, but I just thought there was additional opportunities. I wanted them to get as much some fun music, to do. And this is a way they all three could go together and perform. So there were opportunities to perform outside of school. So I just thought it complemented what they learned in school also, and a few more extra hours of music in the week.
So Rahul, why did you want to be involved?
Well, in fifth grade when we moved here, we moved from Palatine, Illinois, and we were part of the Palatine's Children's Chorus. And when we moved here, we didn't really know that many people in the greater Lafayette area. So we really wanted to get involved in something new, not just stuff in school, but also like stuff in the community. And the Lafayette Children's Choir was a really great way to do that, because anyone could join, and it's a really great community. The director at the time, Mrs. Starkey, she was really kind, and she helped me a lot. Yeah.
So what is the time commitment like for you? I mean, kids tend to be busy and have a lot of activities in school.
Right. So mostly they went for one day a week in the, so I think it was Monday evenings. So it was okay. Maybe Rahul was in a different age group, so we had to, and my husband would take them. He would drop the girls first and then pick them up and drop Rahul off or something like that. Oh, there was some overlap. But one day a week was doable, and then occasionally they would have extra practices when they're getting ready for a concert or something like that. And so, and that was fine also. We could do that. And that would be maybe weekends. And then traveling to concerts was fun. So
So it's been pretty manageable.
Yes,
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They could do something without stressing themselves way too much, without it getting into their lives a lot.
So Rahul, what types of music do you like to perform?
So I play 3 instruments in school, like in band. I play the tenor saxophone, and then I also play the piano and the guitar. I like all music. Since I was really little, I always got to listen to a lot of music, whether it was my parents playing like Indian music or rock music, or my sisters playing the piano. In elementary school, I was like obsessed with the Beatles, and I just loved the Beatles music, and I also really enjoy like classical music on the piano. I just really like all types of music, and that's another thing I really like about the Lafayette Children's Choir. We don't just study one genre. There's so many different types of music you can perform and enjoy there.
So given that you are an instrumentalist, has your involvement with the children's choir helped you in that regard?
Oh yeah, definitely. There are just so many skills that singing helps you with your other instruments. Um, Definitely, I think intonation is a big one. Being able to have the right tones just with your voice, and just having, if you are an instrumentalist, having different types of music, including singing, it it just helps you see like the different ways that different types of music, um, how different types of music are similar and how they're different. And I think it's a really good thing to try.
Do you have any particular memories of your participation with the LCC that stand out?
Oh yeah, definitely. Um, well, when I since I like came to the Monday night practices, um, it they were just like so memorable and so fun, because the other kids there are they're really kind, and we always had fun, and we connected so much through the music, and also our directors, Mrs. Starkey and Mrs. Green, they were just amazing directors. Also, in the fall of 2018, the Master Chorale was doing this performance with the symphony orchestra, and they were going to perform Chichester songs by Leonard Bernstein, and there was this there was this one piece where they needed um, that was traditionally sung by a boy whose voice hasn't yet matured. So they needed to find a boy to do that, and they reached out to the Lafayette Children's Choir, and my director, Mrs. Starkey, she asked me because I usually sing soprano, um, like for higher notes. I wasn't an alto, so um, that so I was able to perform with the master chorale, and I was able to do the boys solo for that song, and it was a really great experience. Mr. Bennett and a few other um, adults in the master chorale, they were an amazing help. The song was also in Hebrew, so I got to learn. That was a great like learning experience about the Hebrew verses, and yeah, that's a great experience that taught me a lot.
Oh, for sure. And singing in front of a crowd that big.
Right.
That must have been really, really something.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful performance, by the way.
Oh,
It
thank
was
you.
great.
Yeah.
So, I guess, Rahul, what would you tell other kids who are considering getting involved in the children's choir?
If you want to get involved with the children's choir, don't worry about what your like background is, whether you've never sung before, or you've never played an instrument before, or you've done other types of music. The Lafayette Children's Choir is really open to everyone, and I'd also say if you like singing but don't want it to be, you don't want it to be too much of a time commitment, then the Lafayette Children's Choir isn't um, it isn't a huge time commitment. It really is open to everyone, and there are so many different experiences in addition to the singing. Um, we performed at many different events like farmers markets, um, church services, and the Holocaust Remembrance conferences are a few of those, and it's a really great experience, and it's for every child.
And Mounty, how about you? What would you tell other parents who are considering?
Oh, absolutely. So it's not just singing and music. It's fun time for the kids. And then on top of that, like Rahul mentioned, there are all these different events that they go to, that they're invited to sing, and they practice, and then they get to know a little bit of those, like what those events are about, like the history, or the the reasons for those events and the different communities. And I remember Rahul, when they went to sing, so he took books to read about the Holocaust and find out things that way. So it just gives them an opportunity to get to know issues that probably aren't on their everyday radar, but just another way of getting to know about the world. At the same time, like learning songs. And so each of their concerts, I think they've always had, they'll choose a local composer's song, right? And then there will be something in a foreign language. So it's a good mix. And I think that's great for the kids to get an exposure to those just world, in all its distances.
It's definitely a way of expanding kids' horizons and teaching them
Right.
something. And I love too at the LCC, you serve as ambassadors to the community, participating in all these different events. So thank you so much for taking some time to talk with me today. So I hope for anybody who's considering joining the Lafayette Children's Choir, you will listen to Rahul's advice and his mother and take advantage of that opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
We
you.
enjoyed talking. Thank you.